All right, guys, we're going to go over a plank because I've worked with a bunch of people on it just tonight alone, and it seems to be one of the most easily messed up movements. So this is Mike. He's a good friend of mine. I'm going to show you guys what to do by showing him how to do it. So, Mike, if you would, fuck these up really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really bad. Okay.
You said fuck
Yeah,
them
you're
up.
good. Crush down just a little. Sag in the middle like most people want to do.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the biggest thing that you got to look at with a plank, I guess you can see me better over here. All right, a plank is not necessarily just a core movement. All right, we use it in powerlifting as a bracing technique, a bracing movement to teach you how you should feel under a squat bar, under a deadlift, something along that lines. All right. Some of the mistakes you generally will see is something like what Mike is actually doing here. Well, they'll sag in the middle. Okay. Go back on your feet. Essentially what this is he's letting everything get loose, and yeah, he is holding himself up, so I guess you could say he is planking, but it's not the same thing. All right, another thing you can tell here that he's just kind of loose in the upper back. He's just chilling out. The feet are just sitting there. He's not struggling whatsoever to really hold this position. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the steps here. All right, so the biggest thing is you've got to be able to flex and fire your glutes. Okay, so if you've got your feet extremely close together, you may not be able to do that. Put your feet as close as they'll go. Come up. Now try and flex your glutes. All right, he's fairly decent. He's able to make it work. But what I recommend for most people is about what your squat stance is, especially since this is a squat movement prep. We're going to move them out just a little bit. Come up. First thing he's going to do is fire these glutes as hard as possible, because that is what matters. When you see that, the pelvis is now coming in line. He's no longer in APT. He's not sagging. He's braced nice and neutral. All right? Next part is, Mike, I want you to take your elbows, and I want you to dig them into the ground like you're trying to touch your toes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So come up, fire the glutes. Now, pull the elbows down. All right? Now, what happens here is you got a little bit of a dip here, so try and pull that out. All right? Pin your ribs. Okay? Braced, pin the ribs. He's now fairly neutral here. He's got a little bit of a hump, but we can work with it. All right. Now, Mike, the last thing I want you to do is I want you to take your toes, and I want you to pull your toes to your elbows. All right. Now he is braced. He is neutral. He's tight. He's not wiggling anywhere. His glutes are on. His obliques are fired hard. He's nice here. He's pulling down. He's bracing. Okay. If I can come in, push him around, he's holding up pretty good. All right. Now, sit down. All right. Give it 2 seconds and go back again. Mike's not in the best shape.
No, he's not. Mike likes tacos.
You got to keep your head up too.
Yeah. And that's not, I like you to have your head up, but if nothing else, if you can at least keep it neutral, don't cheat and drive your forehead into your hands, okay? Go real quick. Get loose. I want you to set up in a plank, but be loose. Okay, so now he's just chilling here. You see the difference? All this movement, tighten down hard. Everything we just did. Glutes, brace, elbows, feet. That is a brace. This is miserable to hold for 30 seconds. If you can plank for 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you're not really trying. You're holding yourself up, but you are not bracing.